On November 4th, 1979, more than 60 American diplomats were taken hostage when a group of Iranian students who supported the Iranian Revolution took over the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. The Iranian Revolution was a series of events in 1979 attempting to overthrow Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi, who was supported by the United States. The Shah and disarray fled to New York.
The Iranian students attempted to take over the U.S. Embassy in Tehran twice before being successful on the third try. On November 4th of '79, the Shah arrived in New York. That morning, Iranian students began their successful takeover of the embassy. They scaled the walls and once inside took 66 hostages. The hostages were mainly American diplomats and ambassadors.
Within a small time frame, the Iranian students released 13 of the hostages. This group was composed mainly of women and black people. They were released because it was decided that they were already oppressed by the American society. Eventually, a 15th hostage was released as he developed health problems. By the middle of the summer in 1982, 52 hostages remained in captivity. On January 21st, 1981, Ronald Reagan gave his inaugural speech. Just hours later, the rest of the hostages were released. They were held captive for a total of 444 days.
During the attack on November 4th, 1979, 6 Americans escaped because they were in a separate office attached to the embassy and took refuge at the Canadian embassy in Tehran. Their names were Robert Anders, Cora Ann Bernlejek, Mark Lejek, Joseph Stafford, Kathleen Stafford, and Lee Schatt. Providing their homes as shelter posed a threat to Ken Taylor and immigration John Sheardown.
A plan was created by the U.S. military. It was called Eagle, and the plan was to land an aircraft in the desert so that the special forces could enter Tehran and free the 52 hostages. The plan had to be aborted because the helicopters were damaged in a sandstorm and couldn't reach the meeting point.
A second plan was created to smuggle the 6 Americans from the embassy on an international flight. An order in council was made to forge Canadian passports. In addition, Iranian biases were forged by the CIA. The CIA had expert Tony Mendez create a cover story, including to disguise the hostages.
To have an elaborate backstory, Studio 6 was created along with a team of people that would answer phone calls if anyone from Tehran called to verify its existence. The film was named Argo, and the plan was that Tony Mendez, along with an assistant, would fly to Tehran and disguise the hostages as his film crew and state that they had came to Tehran to site out possible filming areas for their movie.
The CIA made an error while dating the visas. The creator was unaware that the Iranian year started in the spring. Fortunately, extra materials were provided after the mistake was caught by a Canadian ambassador and they were able to fix it.
On the morning of Sunday, January 27, 1980, Tony Mendez and the 6 Americans boarded an international flight out of Tehran after a minor technical difficulty. They were kept at a safe house until the rest of the hostage situation has been resolved.